House on 2nd Street?
Yeah, his house is right around the corner here.
What would-
Burton Wheeler's house.
Okay, so that'd be the 1400 block?
Well-
You're in the 1400 block here.
Is this 14?
Yeah.
No, we're 12.
12? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, it's right around the corner.
You can see it, it's a big house. It's a big blue house.
Yeah.
It's about in the middle of that there, of the 2nd
See,
Street.
where's Clapton's?
Right on the corner here.
Okay, yeah, it's right down here, it's right
Yeah.
above us.
Right,
Burton K.
right,
He lived down in this neighborhood.
yes.
So 1922. Yeah.
Yeah, he lived right here, him and his wife now.
So where did you, the different places you lived? You lived out there on C Street when you were a kid,
Yeah, I was born out there.
and then what happened?
Then we moved down on Silver Park. We moved down there for a little while. And, but we moved mostly up in here and back, you know, and that's mostly, we stayed here over 50 years.
Now, what's this area of town always been called, between First and Farrell and Second?
Well, I
What's it
would
called?
know what different they would call it.
What-
This
what-
is where the train used to, the trains would all be down there on Front Street, and they'd all get there and they'd all walk down to the train and get our seats to go to, my daughter was going to, working in, so we used to take the train there anyway, and we'd always get on the train to go down there. And then she went to, Gayleen went down to work for the Texas company down in Dillon, way out on the train, and we used to go down there overnight, but I just couldn't remember.
Well, if Burton K. Wheeler lived down in this area, and you guys lived here, there must have been, was it kind of like a rival for the west side? You know how the west side has all
Yeah,
the big houses? Was
uh-huh.
this kind of starting to be that way at one time because it was by the train depot, or?
Well, I don't know where the district was for the big family, but I said when we moved here, we would just stay a while and then move back someplace else.
In the early days, the big thing here was a streetcar barn.
Yeah.
You know, it was right around the corner.
Yeah.
Did a lot of the people in this neighborhood work on the streetcars?
Oh, I don't know. There were mostly miners and people who worked in the mine.
The Belmont?
Yeah, well, not only the Belmont, the Berkeley, there's a lot of mines around here, for God's sake. You know, I often wonder why they don't put a name on the gallows frames, because there's a lot of mines.
Yeah.
And you know where lots of them worked, but you don't know where they're at.
No. The Parrot Smelter was down here.
Yeah, but I mean, otherwise they, little small mines, and they'd.
Do you remember the Second World War, what it was like here in Butte?
Well, they just gathered a lot of people that they could get and to get them into the war, you know, that's what they did.
Well, what was it like here for you when you were here in Butte?
Oh, we didn't pay much attention. Some of my uncles went and some didn't go, and when they were getting ready, they get them all ready and stuff, you know. But otherwise, we didn't make any difference. We didn't make a fuss over it, but it was just that they were going to war.
Yeah.
And that was it. It wasn't a very bad place, but I think what you call them, I think they brought one of those Hebert kids. Remember, there was Heberts that lived on right down below my uncle lives there. And I think when he was the first one that died in one of the wars, and they brought him here and buried him from the Inglewood. And he was the only one brought here. But his name was Hebert, too.
From the Inglewood? He was from Inglewood?
No, he was right from right where your father was, but about 2 blocks over there.
Oh, okay, Walnut or?
Yeah, down in there,
All right.
the area.
What was that neighborhood like originally? There weren't many houses, was there?
No, there weren't too many houses. I'm telling you, but it was happened when my grandma lived on Silverbow Street, and you had to go down about a half a block and fix up, then have two big kegs like that, about 20-barrel kegs, and fill it full of water and drag it from the faucet there and bring it home to do your washing. And they'd use one of those double washers, with the deal in the middle was a wringer, and then two tubs on both sides. And that's what we'd go down there and get our water the night before we'd wash the clothes. Washed on Monday, Tuesday we ironed, and Wednesday we shopped. They every day had a name to it.
Okay, which go over, now everybody in Butte washed on Monday, didn't they?
I washed on Monday, and Tuesday they washed too. They washed on Monday and Tuesday, and Wednesday they'd go shopping, and Thursday they'd shop. Friday would be cooking day, and they'd fry all their stuff for Saturday and Sunday, and that's the way they lived.
What was the advantage of doing that?
Well, all people did it.
Custom.
Just a custom?
It was a custom. Well, my aunts and I had 3 aunts there, and they'd have the washer out with the wringer in the middle, one on each side of the tub, one in the white water and one with the dirty water, and you clean that up. Then the next day you do something else, and they lived like that, and then play cards all night. They played cards a lot. They've always played a lot of cards.
What were some of the card games, do you remember?
Well, they weren't really bigger cards. Just once in a while, it would be 21 or something like that if the gang would get together, and that's what they play, 21. Or.
Do you remember World War I at all? Do you remember the soldiers that came in World War I?
Oh, I can remember when they had a camp down where the ballpark is, where the one is. There's a ballpark down there where we used to skate. It's in between my aunts and. I'm trying to think. We used to go down there and skate every night. Then we get out of the rain, where the streetcar come down, and we get out of there in the evening, and I'd walk home all the time all by myself because nobody else to skate with. Tommy Penaluna lived up this road from me. He lived on Ottawa, up further than I did, and Tommy always walked home with me lots of times because he lived up there.
Where was the soldiers' camp at?
Well, right at the park where the place was near the streetcar. They had a place there, and they had all little cabins, little camps built there, like just small tents, They had quite a few of them built.
Do you remember Captain Omar Bradley?
No.
The captain that was in charge?
No. And we were always just scared of sticking around with the soldiers.
Why was that?
I don't know. We wouldn't stay there too long. We'd just go someplace else.
Yeah. Huh. And were there any other soldiers in town besides those?
No, there wasn't too many. They had one big gang of them stayed about a month, but that's about all. They never stayed too long.
Yeah.
They transferred them a lot.
Do you remember when the soldier miners came to Butte in the Second World War?
No.
Don't remember that.
Don't remember that.
Do you remember all the fires here in Butte?
No, we had fires, but not any more than any place else, I don't think.
Remember when pennies burned down?
Oh yeah, all the ones uptown where pennies burned down, and then one before that, we went up there, the last fire, it wasn't pennies, but pennies burnt down, and the other corner burnt down.
Medical arts. Park Main.
Yeah. I remember when I don't even remember when the burned down. Remember the place where they used to learn to play school burned on the corner Park and Main? Remember they had a big school there in the
Butte Business College.
Butte Business College, and it burned down too.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Do you ever wonder why there were so many fires, or talk to people?
No,
about it?
I don't. I just can't. I never seem to